Hello everybody and welcome to In My Mug, episode 145 on Monday the 22nd of August 2011. My name is still Steve Layton and this week I'm feeling a little bit emotional about In My Mug. This is my penultimate one in the old roastery here. Next week we'll be doing one here, but then that's it. I'd like you to email me where you would like me to do the last one, whether up here, in the cupping lab, at the bar, but drop me an email and let me know for the last In My Mug in the old has-been roastery. Ooh, before I dive into this week's coffee, I wanted to talk to you about an idea I've had for an In My Mug, for In My Mug 150, which is obviously a bit of an anniversary coming up in 5 weeks. I want to do a live version of it. I'm thinking of doing it on a Sunday. I'd like to invite some of you to come up. It'll be limited numbers, but some of you to come up and we'll record the video together, we'll taste it together. You will give your cupping notes as part of the audience. But for those who can't come, who live further away or whatever, we're going to do a live video link through Google+. And I think that would be really exciting. We'll do a little test run beforehand as well. Maybe just, I'll set up an hour where anybody can log on and see whether it works. But you'll only be able to do it if you're an In My Mug subscriber, or we may sell a pack, I don't know, something like that. The details are to be ironed out, but basically I'm throwing it out there is I would love your feedback, whether you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, or you really don't care. So yeah, do let me know on that one. But let's talk about coffee, because that's what we do on In My Mug. We don't talk about other things, we talk about coffee. And this week's coffee is another one of our direct trade coffees from Costa Rica. But it's a bit unusual because it's an old favourite that we bought a few years ago. We haven't bought for a couple of years and is now obviously back. And it's called Costa Rica Herbazu. This is the honey processed version from the Naranjo region of Costa Rica. One of the neighbouring farms really to Licho, which is an amazing and lovely coffee that we know on here. And kind of like Licho, this is a family run farm being made up of 13 farms which are owned by 5 brothers and 8 sisters who all have a say in the running of Herbazu, the mill, to present this coffee. Should have put my phone on silent. Should we see if there's anybody important? Oh dear. So, the farm lies around about 1600 metres above sea level in the West Valley of Costa Rica and is made up of the variety of Villasarchi. They do a couple of other smaller lots there, which is Kenya, which a term vastly overused in Central America and doesn't really mean a great deal anymore, unfortunately. And geisha, which is another a little bit overused term. The farm uses the honeyed method, as I've said, which we've talked about in the past on here, but I was lucky enough to see it this time when I went to Herbazu in February. And basically what happens is the cherry is removed from the seed with little to no water, and all the mucilage gets stuck to the seed. You can physically see it, it's very sticky to touch, and then it's placed in the sun to dry, turned regularly by hand with rakes to make sure that the process is done evenly and to stop mould forming. A super complex process, that there are lots of things that can go wrong. The reason they do it on this farm is they don't have a massive supply of water, so it's really conserving what they have on the farm, and it produces this very unique cup. So yes. Now you may see this coffee around in some other roasters in Europe. That's because the farm does amazing things. Lots of people want to buy this coffee, and it is an amazing, amazing farm. This is a little bit different, as in on the trip that I went on, I got to cup 30 different coffees from this farm, different days pickings, different processes, so the red and yellow honey, different parts of the farm that had all been put into micro lots. And this one, for me, won head, shoulders and a little bit of tippy toes above that. It was just stunning. Over those 3 days I cupped 250 coffees on a blind table, and this was one of my top 3. I think it's an incredibly special coffee. I think you're going to think it's incredibly special. It's like no other Herbazu I've tasted, and that's what makes me incredibly excited about presenting it to you. Right, rambled enough. My taste buds are now salivating. I want coffee, so I'm going to whap you on pause. I'm going to go through there, just think, when in the new place, I'm going to be able to go over there, not through there, down the stairs. That's going to be very cool. I'm going to whap you on pause. I should be back in just a moment. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to dive straight into the espresso. Now, the aroma of the espresso, you smell sweetness. It just smells sticky, sticky. So, front end you get toffee. You get a really thick, gloopy, sweet toffee. Then the acidity goes, it turns a little bit lemony, a little bit kind of, not fizzy. It's kind of that still lemon, but not overly tart, but then just turns into Nutella chocolate spread on the finish for me. Just absolutely Nutella all over it. I've been thinking it ever since I've been cupping this one. But I love the way it goes from one, it lurches from sweet into acidity, and then swings back from acidity into this beautiful finish. And the toffee is on that back end a huge amount. So, into milk. Now, unfortunately the only milk I'd got was skimmed, and I'm not a skimmed milk fan, so it could be that, but it's a bit boring, it's a bit flat. In milk it's just kind of disappeared a little bit for me. It's a shame, but it could be the milk. I will look at that again, I promise I will go back and have another look at that. I'm going to show you a picture of the roast colour now. You'll see from the roast colour, this is a medium dark. I don't think it's as light as we have been, but it's certainly not as dark as something like the Sumatras or the Balm or like that. So, medium dark roast. Snozzer in the bowl, or snozzer in the canister as it may be. It smells just like the espresso. You know, beautifully sweet, sticky. You can just smell the sweetness on this. So, I've done an old school Chemex today. My Uber is out on loan at the moment, and I had to use hot water from a kettle. It was very, very hard on me. I know you're all going to feel very sorry for me. But yes, I had to make an old school Chemex, and I have been like all week. It's been interesting. So, at the moment, at this very moment, it's approaching half-time in the Sunderland-Newcastle game. I'm avoiding watching it or listening to it until tonight. So last time I did an In My Mug, it was and Sunderland Newcastle were playing. It was on my birthday and we got beaten 5-1, and I think I used this mug, I seem to remember. So I don't believe in kind of curses and bad luck. Hopefully we'll be winning. I like my Niall Quinn t-shirt as well. Legend. Right. Whoa. It's sweet. It's as if somebody's put 4 or 5 sugars in it. It is super sweet. The toffee is there, the chocolate Nutella spread is there. You get a little shoulder of candy floss, which sounds a bit bizarre, but that sticky sugar kind of just all over the mouth. If you do not like sweet coffee, you will not like this. If you like sweet coffees, you will adore it. It really is that simple. It is a super complex cup. Let's put them in some kind of order. Cappuccino's definitely last. I think espresso and brewed. It's a beautiful espresso, but that's amazing. That is really delicious. I'm looking forward to drinking that when I've finished as well. Right, some figures. It's Costa Rica Herbazu. It's a honey processed Villasarchi varietal, grown at around about 15 to 1600 metres. Villasarchi, by the way, is a Bourbon varietal. It's one of the derivatives from Bourbon. Yeah, what else? Grown in the Western Valley region of Naranjo, and owned by 5 brothers, 8 sisters, who all own their own micro farms and make this coffee as it is. We cup this from 30 coffees from that farm, and this was one of my top 3 out of 250 cuppings we did during that week. Scored it super high. Right, 3 things you need to know about this coffee. It's not a single estate, it's from a mill, but it is a single family that own all of the farms that bring it together, so it's just like a big farm. They're all surrounding the mill. It is a Villasace varietal, which is a Bourbon derivative, and it's from the Western Valley. There we go. Right, I am going to wrap up and go, and let me know what you think about In My Mug 150. Emails would be fantastic. Let me know about, what was the other thing I asked you about? Oh, no, I can't remember. Gosh. Ooh, in my roastery, I'm going to be doing one of those over the weekend, so keep your eyes out for that. I'll pop a link below for you to go and see the latest in my roastery. 1 week to go until we move in. And also, we have an In My Mug app. Now, I know you know we have an In My Mug iPhone app, and you all cried at me, said, I haven't got an iPhone, I can't use it. So now we have a desktop app. I'm going to pop a link below to a blog post that will show you where you can download that and use that and put all your scores in. I would love you to all start using that and the app. I always keep an eye out for the scores in there, and it's the same people using it all the time. It'd be really good if more of us used it and we can get a kind of more cohesive, kind of collaborative score than just a few of us. In My Mug app, do go and look at that, and please download it, and do remember, life is too short for bad coffee.